Right. Hmm? Right. Right. Very good morning, all of you. So let us see this weekend current affairs. So any doubts, clarification of regarding previous sessions of current affairs? So again, make it a point. The moment, because we made it the weekend as a current affairs Saturday. So last 2-3 weeks, whatever you have, advisable to review it, recollect it, so that that will be imprinted with you. So revision is always important. Then, so today let us see the start with the international issues. The Russia-Ukraine war still continues. Initially, we thought of hardly few days, but crossing it. And the sanctions on UN continues. I mean, the sanction by the UN and the US or other European countries continues. Am I right? Understand the question? Now that Russia-Ukraine war is there, certain steps was taken by UN, US, and European Union, right? So my specific question is: the sanctions of the UN, the US, and Europe continues. Am I right? Hmm? So here, no doubt, US imposed sanctions, European Union imposed sanctions. Did the UN impose sanctions? United Nations? Officially, so far, United Nations has not imposed any economic sanctions against Russia. What it did is, it started distancing Russia from different UN organs. And one of the steps recently it has taken is, it was suspended its membership from UNHRC. Okay, because you know pretty well, United Nations are the Human Rights Council, okay, which take care of promoting the human rights all over the world. So it's one of the specialized agency like WHO, UNESCO, UNICEF, like this. In this also, the member countries are there. They are elected by the General Assembly and Security Council together. Then is it the Russia? Because position of Russia is one thing vis-a-vis with UN. What is the position? It is one of the permanent member in the Security Council, enjoying the veto power. Okay. But when it comes to the other memberships, special agencies, it is not forever. They are for specific period. Some it is a 2 years, some it is a 3 years, some it is 9 years, like this. Okay, memberships varies. The duration. UN Security Council, for example, non-permanent members, they are elected for 2 years. And here the Human Rights Council for 3 years. And for ICJ, the judges for 9 years. So this variation is there. So depend upon that, you have to keep in mind. And India right now is one of the non-permanent member of UN Security Council, and by this year end, right, the term will be over, but it's only 2 years. Like this in UNHRC also, there's no permanent membership here. Okay, only for a period of few years. So right now, Russia is a member of the UN. So its membership was suspended. Is it India is a member? UNHRC? It is. Okay, right now it is a member. So it is a symbolic gesture. Okay. All efforts of the UN is to pressurizing the Russia to stop the war. It cannot declare war against Russia, right? Simply is Security Council has to take the decision. For Security Council to take the decision, all the consent of the 5 permanent members is required. As Russia enjoys the veto power, is out of question, isn't it? So UN is not able to take any action vis-a-vis with the Russia is concerned. Only US can take, or NATO may, or European Union like this, not the US. And maximum it can do. And previously, United Nations General Assembly also passed a resolution asking Russia to stop the war and to stop the genocide, because human rights issue is like this. Number of civilians, the innocent people also get killed. So it's considered as genocide. Okay, mass killings. Then ICJ, the International Court of Justice, also delivered judgment asking the Russia to adhere to the international laws and stop all sort of war formats, but nothing happened so far. So let us see in future what it is going to be happen further and further. Then that's one issue that we have to take into consideration. Then second and most important thing from our point of view happened is there's a talk about 2+2 dialogue. Okay, between which countries recently? India and US. Okay, so 2+2 implies what? What the general question compulsorily you have to keep in mind. Defense and foreign affairs or external affairs ministries of both the countries will meet. Okay, so 2 from India, 2 from America. That is 2+2. A ministerial level meeting. Of course, in this 2+2 meet, the Prime Minister of India as well as the President of America to virtually match. And it got the significance. Simple reason is because of this ongoing, again, Russia-Ukraine war issue. And America is going on requesting, threatening, okay, what else it wanted, okay, doing against India, okay, so that India should toe the line of US and other European countries. But right now, India stand is very clear, isn't it? So we are not outrightly supporting Russia. At the same time, we are not outrightly against Russia. Okay, some sort of via media line we are going ahead. Not even the neutrality it is, and requesting Russia to have negotiations with Ukraine, and is requesting Ukraine also to establish continuous communication, and by deliberations, discussions, only the issue can be solved. And recently, even it expressed its intention to mediate. Okay, and both Russia and Ukraine is also in favor of it. So let us wait and see what actually going to be happen. So in this context, even at one point, America threatened they may invoke CATSA. What is that CATSA? Hmm? The full form is very, very important. Countering American adversaries through Sanctions Act. Countering American adversaries. Okay? Whoever opposing America. CIA is that. Okay? Countering American adversaries. వ్యతిరేకులు అంటాం తెలుగులో. Okay? Adversaries through Sanctions Act. So even that made it up. But somehow America is not able to invoke this so far. And India is ready to face any consequence vis-a-vis. So because of this issue happens, so it has become significant and possibility of asking this. And in this context, you have to keep in mind is, in addition to America, we are also recently have 2+2 with Australia, Japan, as well as Russia. Recently, of course, other countries too. That is, okay. We hold the meeting with parties concerned. So simply 2+2 implies the highest level institutional mechanism between the two countries. Okay. So defense and external ministers. Sometimes ministers may change also. Finance minister may enter. Okay. External and finance. Okay. Possibility cannot be ruled out between one country and the another when you have these 2+2 issues. Okay. Oh. ఎక్కడ తెలుసా? Let us see. No. So some power fluctuations. Done. So this is the why you have to keep this 1, 2+2 realization. Then another neighbor, the change of the Prime Minister, and Shehbaz Sharif was elected as the new Prime Minister of Pakistan. And this all happened amidst a big drama. At last, the Imran Khan, okay, lost the no confidence motion. Here, before we getting into, I'm asking the question. I think previously too I posed that one. This word confidence motion, no confidence motion. Okay. The so is there any difference between confidence motion and no confidence? So who initiated that matters? Okay. So I have the majority. If the Prime Minister wish to prove, then we call that as the confidence motion. If the opposition introduced stating that the Parliament will not have the confidence on the existing government, we call that as the no confidence motion. And to passing what the majority required, simple majority, half plus 1, that's it. And one more question. Can this concept of confidence, no confidence motion is also there in America or not? Pardon? Hmm. Okay. Okay. Remember, India, Pakistan, Britain, these are all parliamentary systems, right? As America, presidential system. So in a presidential system, the government is not dependent on the majority of the parliament or Lok Sabha regarding their party or anything else. In general, the president directly get elected. So no question of the concept of confidence or no confidence motion in any presidential form of government. So this confidence, no confidence motions exist only in parliamentary form of government, where you will find a principle called collective responsibility. Okay, that's a very crucial feature of parliamentary system. You don't have there. Okay, so that fact also you have to keep in mind. So based on this, you can say the part. And one general observation is that no prime minister of the Pakistan completed the 5-year term in office. So for one reason or another, every simple reason is in Pakistan, it's the will of 2+1 ace prevails. Army, Allah is continuous. Then once upon time, now again, if allegations are right, is America. Okay, they play a very crucial role. Even Imran Khan, no, there is an American hand is behind for his removal. So if the allegation is right, that will be the issue. Anyhow, for you, you can just remember the name of the new prime minister. Then back to national issues. Again, of course, this is not a new thing. AFSA, again in the news. So this is important for your prelims point of view as well as the mains point of view. Okay, the reason why thought of repeating it again. So why in the news now? Okay, the central government significantly reduced what they reduced the area of application of this AFSA. So AFSA, I believe you are aware of this full form, right? Armed Forces Special Powers Act. Okay, so where it significantly reduced right now, the northeast countries of northeast states of Nagaland, Manipur, okay, the mainly, and this of course 58 when this AFSA introduced in India in the present format in 1958, but actually is a British Raj itself. If I remember correctly, it's a Quit India movement, right? The AFSA made it. So already it withdrawn. Where it's withdrawn from some states, for example, Assam, withdrawn entirely from 23 districts completely. Okay, and Nagaland partially. That means only from 7 districts still it is there. Manipur partially withdrawn. Okay, so that means this act is not a new, but the present is. So instead of increasing the area of operation, it is reducing the area of its presence. So what it signifies comparatively, the establishment of peace and security. So a positive trend. Then in Arunachal Pradesh, it has been extended for another 6 months. Right now reduced here, but whereas Arunachal Pradesh extended another 6 months. Of course, this is general information. I believe you are aware of this Armed Forces Act, but still keep in mind that main purpose of this APPSC is to bring security situation and control in those areas where the use of armed forces in aid of the civil power is deemed necessary. So here you are linking army along with the civil police, okay, because the police is the subject of the state, isn't it? Policing, maintaining law and order is the obligation of the state government, okay, as per the 7th schedule is concerned, okay, it is under state list. But sometimes the state is not able to maintain it for different reasons. As it's express inability for the states to maintain, then the center will step in. It may send the central forces, okay, and armed forces is the last resort, okay, depending upon this. And at the northeast is more of the disturbed area because of the insurgency movement that is happening and the violent protests. So they made only the disturbed areas. So right now, still it is there. Assam, Nagaland, Manipur, Andhra Pradesh, these are northeast. In addition to Jammu and Kashmir also, APPSC is existing. And it was completely lifted only from Meghalaya. So remaining all the states, it's only patches. Similarly, it was repealed in Tripura in 2015. Tripura also there. Okay. Then in 1986, the Mizoram, after this issue was done. So the few things, mainly this descriptive part, the background, advisable if you keep in mind. Okay. Then another news item. So this missiles, okay, the issue is that new missile named Helena, okay, it was successfully tested. So what is this Helena? Hitherto we heard about this, no, Agni, Prithvi, Akash and all these things. So what is this missile? It is the anti-tank guided missile. Okay. So generally from where these missiles will be tested? Generally. Missile test range where? No, not this I'm talking about. This of course because it is a flight tested. Okay. So this happened in Pokhran. Helena was tested in Pokhran. So Pokhran again, the moment you heard the name of Pokhran, what you will recollect? Nuclear explosions, right? Our first nuclear explosion, second nuclear explosion, both we had in Pokhran. So this Helena also generally we had this, and all the missiles in general are developed by DRDO, right? What is the full form of DRDO? Defense Research and Development Organization. Okay. Where it is? Hmm? Hyderabad. Hyderabad only. Yeah. The Hyderabad only it is there. Okay. So This flight trials was conducted in advanced light helicopter. Okay, and this missile is guided by imaging infrared seeker. Okay, in your general. But right now, just keep in mind this heli now, and it's an anti-tank guided missile. What is India's main battle tank? Then one more missile also tested, missile system. Okay, SFDR. Okay, solid fuel ducted ramjet. So it's a booster, and we call this as a missile system. Okay, and previously I posed the question generally from where the missile will be tested. It is from the Orissa, state of Orissa, and Chandipur district, and specific range is integrated test range. Now it was renamed as Ular Islands Abdul Kalam name. Okay, so keep this in mind. Possibility of asking some questions of different missiles, and every competitive examination you will find this question on missiles. Okay, I rarely saw this is without the question of the missiles. Maybe asked of anything at that point of time. So keep few things like recently air-to-air missile Astra, Mica, Novator K100, all these issues. Then surface-to-air missile or Akash with 8. So recently this question asked in different examination, Bharat 8. And our cruising missiles, mainly BrahMos is the main cruising missile, and recently the nearby. Okay, we discussed in our last class the issues is that. Then Shaurya, Dhanush, surface missiles again. Apart from anyhow, the Agni is regularly issues. Now this anti-tank recently is Helena. Before we have the Nag. Nag is the first one. Okay. Later we have other issues. So it will destroy the other tanks. So India's main battle tank is Arjun. Okay. Now of course we are getting the new more tanks. Then Amog. So the 3 anti-tank guided missiles right now we have. Okay. So and the ballistic missiles too. Okay. The Sagarika. Okay. Submarine launched ballistic missile. In addition to this, you have to keep. Okay. Definitely, you'll have the question on this missile system one for the another. So if all missiles is at one place, okay, good enough for the issue. Who is considered as the father of missiles in India? Abdul Kalam. So initially the Agni, Prithvi, Akash, Nag, Trishul. These are initials. Then all different versions. We started increasing the range and the issues. Now very much talked about is BrahMos. Okay, recently BrahMos again in the news because it was misfired. Okay, so something like this. And another is that first time we are exporting to other countries. So which country purchased it? The Philippines. Right? Then of course Vietnam also in the part, and other countries now they are planning to get the range. Okay. Then one more the issue again. This week we'll find this Ramsar sites. 2 more was added. Okay. So when so many are there, so can you tell me the which was added? Hmm? Anything in Andhra and Telangana? Hmm? ఇక్కడ మనకు రాస్తున్నాం కాబట్టి you have to find out. So anyhow, right now the new additions are Kijadiya Bird Sanctuary. It is in Jamnagar, Gujarat. Then Bakira Wildlife Sanctuary. This is in Uttar Pradesh. They are the two new additions of this Ramsar sites. And last year they added 5 in 2021. Okay. So general ఏంటంటే questions recent editions అడుగుతుంటారు. But one question just I am leaving for you. Which state has the highest number of Ramsar sites in India? That is one thing. You have to check. Okay, the questions for you. Then any Ramsar sites in AP? Any Ramsar sites in Telangana? So find out yourself this one. Of course, given here, ఇక్కడ కనబడుతుంది కదా ఏంటిది కొల్లేరు లేక్. ఓకే, సో ఆంధ్రాలో ఉంది, తెలంగాణలో ఏది లేదు కదా, తెలంగాణ ఉందా? ఓకే, ఇట్స్ నాట్ దట్. అంటే లుకింగ్ ఎట్ ద పిక్చర్ యూ కెన్ గెస్ ఇట్ అప్ and which states as having, which states are not having. Okay. Anyhow, after the class we'll try to forward you this, the entire the PDF file and PPT file, so that you can review it, but to go through once. Okay. Then another news item, perhaps the worthy enough, is the central government decided to change, of course changed already, the Nehru Museum into PM Museum. So name changed. Okay. So Jawaharlal Nehru Museum of Science and Technology, Nehru Museum of Science and Technology, that is hitherto, and that was renamed as PM Museum, Prime Minister's Museum, and recently it was inaugurated. Okay, so that the main purpose of renaming is not that Jawaharlal Nehru related only. We have to let us recollect all the prime ministers hitherto. Okay, so far we have the 14 former prime ministers. Present is the 15th one, and whatever their contributions, let it be so. So recently, April 14th, because April 14th is very crucial day, and it was inaugurated. So the Modi inaugurated, and all the newspapers carried this Pradhana Mantri Sangrahalaya. Sangrahalaya is nothing but museum. Okay. So it's in Delhi, Teen Murti Bhavan. So from April 21st onwards is going to be open for others. So the 43 galleries are there displayed on freedom struggling and framing of the Constitution of India, everything. So specifically April 14, I have to keep in view the significance of the April 14. What is the significance? What are the recently, no, the other day only, okay, just the day before, it's happened. Okay, that day being the holiday also for us. Of course, we don't have holiday, right? But the government holiday. What for April? Ambedkar, happy birthday, na? Ambedkar, happy birthday. Okay, right. Then any other? So anyhow, the one is it is not the 131st, the birth anniversary of Ambedkar. So what are the questions that we can recollect on Ambedkar? Apart from father of Indian Constitution, chairman of the drafting committee to the Indian Constitution, no doubt. Then apart from these two, Huh? Labour Party, Republican Party. Okay. His party, because to represent the depressed sections. Okay, he made it. Huh? Oh. Scheduled Caste Federation. Then freedom fighting law, 1930s law. Anything, okay? Round table conferences and everything. How many round table conferences? And India nunchi Congress is not represented in the first and three. Only second, Gandhiji represented Congress. But Ambedkar is the only leader who attended all the three round table conferences. In a number of competitive examinations, you will find this question. Okay, civils, groups law, net together. Ambedkar is the only leader who attended all the three round table conferences. Note is concerned. Okay. Then he got into the ministry. He is the minister for law. So law ne kabatti easyga guest cheyachantare. And similarly, because of his major suggestion, even the Finance Commission of India was established with the main suggestion of Ambedkar. So like the few questions, if you are able to recollect, good enough. And recently, one more book appeared, The Boy Who Wrote the Constitution. Boy, but still, okay, it made it his concern. So this is for the children, perhaps the major part. And who authored this book? The Boy Who Wrote a Constitution. Rajesh Talwar, published by the Ponytail Books. You need the tail books and okay, it's for the children. The reason why perhaps they use the word the boy. Okay. So the purpose is also very clear. It seeks to inform children. Okay. Of the challenging boyhood and the growing up of Ambedkar. Okay. So a book title and written by whom and for whom. And one more thing is also significant for the Mahavir Jayanti, April 14th. So Mahavir Jayanti is celebrating, marking whom? Buddhism or Jainism Mahavir belongs to? Jainism, right? Not the Buddhism. Right. And all the birthplaces, if at all, advisable to remember. Generally, we say the Bihar. So the Bihar, the Kundala Grama, and is the 24th Tirthankara. This is a question generally they'll pose as answer. Is the 24th Tirthankara. So modern Manu. Oh, they said right. Ambedkar is also considered as the modern Manu, perhaps. Okay, one question is right. Good enough. So anyway, whatever be the related relevant issues, if you can, good enough. And any other celebration was done on April 14th. So many festivals. The Baisakhi, Vishu, Golibi is also on April 14th. Okay? So these are all like our Pongal, all other harvest festivals celebrated in differences. So where the Baisakhi? Punjab as well as Haryana. Then Vishu, Kerala. Parts of Kerala as well as parts of Karnataka. Then Bihu, Assam. Okay. So my culture. Okay. History and culture, the questions may be posed also on this. Okay. Okay. Yeah, you can make note of it. Some fluctuations are hovering on today. Then one more regarding the government programs. RGSA is in the news. Okay. This is Rashtriya Gram Swaraj Abhiyan. It's not a new program. Only thing what's happening is now the government approved to continuing this program, because this program was long back started in 2018-19, and so many years for every program the life is there. Generally they're keeping for 3 years the life for minimum program, sometimes the 5 years. So once the time is over, now they increase this program up to 26. So it's supposed to be over by end of the March. So now it was extended. And what the budgetary support? 5911 crores of the budgetary support. Is the central share or state share? It's considered as centrally sponsored scheme. Both the central government and the state government share each other. And center out of this amount 3,700, right? And state share 2211. Okay. Anyhow, let you remember this full form of it is enough. Okay, RGSA. And what for? The scheme is for whom? Improving the governance capabilities of what? The Panchayati Raj institutions. Okay. Improving the governance capabilities of Panchayati Raj institutions. So what they will do is they'll work toward this poverty-free, enhanced livelihood villages, healthy villages, child-friendly villages, all these issues. Okay. So finally, they want to strengthen this Panchayati Raj systems. Okay. Then there's a one more program too. Okay, Swanidhi se Samruddhi. Swanidhi se Samruddhi. Swanidhi. What do you mean by Swanidhi? Samruddhi. Say. Okay. Hmm. So this is for street vendors and their families. To address the needs of the street vendors and their families, this program was mentioned. And last year it was restricted, but now it was extended to maximum states and union territories. Then there's another program also get extended. Right? Atal Innovation Mission. Okay. Yeah, I mean, we're not mentioned here. Okay. This Atal Innovation Mission is also approved by the Union Cabinet for continuing till March 2023. So this term is also over. So now this till 2023. So the government approved the continuation of Atal Innovation Mission, AIM. What for this AIM? Targeting whom? Hmm? So creating innovation culture and entrepreneur ecosystem. Who is the targeted persons? Much fair. Last time we discussed this. Who launched this program? Niti Aayog. Yeah, that's remember this. Launched by the Niti Aayog. So it's the government of India's very flagship program. What for? To promote, a wording note just good, to promote a culture of innovation and entrepreneurship. Both are there. Okay, innovation and entrepreneurship. So that they will create this some sort of ecosystem of innovation entrepreneurship where they wanted to create. I mean, what are the places, for example, they will adopt, where the government will intervene, wherever the youngsters are there, where you will find the schools, universities, research institutes, even MSMEs. So there they will focus, so that these people will get the platform and as well as collaboration opportunity. So ఈ అటల్ టింకరింగ్ ల్యాబ్స్ అని, అటల్ ఇంక్యుబేటింగ్ centers, Mentor India campaign, all these are associated with the Atal mission. So one of the important flagship program of the government. So this was also extended. Okay, the program recently. Then regarding this appointments, the UPSC got the new chairman, Dr. Manoj. So so previously the vice chancellor too, then later become the member, now become the chairman. Though there's some controversy is going on, the critics, okay, stating that you are saffronizing the UPSC because it looks like he's having some inclinations of RSS and the BJP related, and he was very much supportive of the Modi when he was the chief minister of Gujarat. All these issues are there. So, but still, it was bid into. So we had to wait and see what sort of turns it will take. Then you are going to get the new foreign secretary, Vinay Mohan Patra. Who is the present foreign secretary? Hmm? Shringla, right, in the present, and he is going to retire on this 30th April. So, from 1st May onwards, Vinay Mohan Patra is going to be. So, presently is an ambassador to Nepal. And remember, all the foreign secretaries, they'll from the IFS, Indian Foreign Service. Then, one more M, and C stands for. So, recently we discussed National Commission for Minorities, and the chairman was Iqbal Singh Lalpura. So, in a way, he was reappointed. Okay. So, he is the Punjab cadre IPS officer. Earlier served as the DIG of Punjab. Actually, was appointed in last year itself. Okay, first time in 2021. Recently, he resigned and contested in the elections of Punjab, okay, state elections, on behalf of the BJP. Somehow not able to win the seat, then again back. That's how the reappointment was made. But anyhow, who is the president is enough for us. And this is the first time we are hearing reappointed. Okay. Then, where the Gyanpith Award recently announced the 56th Gyanpith Award for the poet Neenamani is a renowned Assamese poet. And Gyanpith Award is relating to, it's the highest literary award. Okay. Then at the same time, the 57th Jnanpith Award for 22 also announced. And the novelist Damodar Mozho for 22. So 56th it is. This is the 57th. Of course, some the names, this is the thing required. Then Saraswati Samman 2021. So Ramdas Mishra was selected for this award. He is a noted poet and literate. So it's a, you have to keep in mind is a literary award. Then, though Indian movie this time we didn't get any Oscar directly, but still one Indian got it. So because of that, this become an important bit for us. So Namit Malhotra won this Oscar award for his best visual effects in his movie The Dune. Okay. So as he so being worked for this Dune movie and chosen as the best visual, So direct Indian movie may not get it, at least, okay, an Indian this time get awarded with this. Then, no, pardon? Then the CJ launched the software faster. So advisable to remember this full form of the faster, fast and secure. Fast and FAS, fast and secure transmission of electronic records. Okay, fast and secured transmission of electronic records. So what for this? So they can instantly send e-copies of the orders, e-copies of what? Of the orders. So hitherto paper mode, now online mode through secured electronic communication, because that is most important again. Okay, so codes to digitalizing itself. Then of course another India's tallest hospital, okay, is about to be inaugurated in Jaipur, the Rajasthan. Hospital part is concerned the tallest. The building looks like it's a 116-meter high and 24-story building. So generally, though we have the towers, hospitals are not like this, and the first time are going this. Even with the roof helipad facility is also there. So all world-class facilities are available, including the helipads. Okay, and similarly, air ambulance, okay, facility, okay, also available. So the faster mode, we can make the things done. Anyhow, ఏదైనా ఫస్ట్ అన్నప్పుడు ఏంటంటే for us is an important. Then once latter is going on, it is. Similarly, when Andhra, Telangana lo unte, then again is important for us. Okay. Then recently the UGC announced hitherto you are eligible for only one degree. Now at a time you can take the, what is the UGC? What is the full form of UGC? University Grants Commission. So except MPhil and PhD, all the things. So physically you can take. But only thing is, for example, you are in one college studying, say, BSc program, another is BCom program. Okay, or simultaneously అన్నప్పుడు కాలేజ్ టైమింగ్ షుడ్ నాట్ క్లాష్. అంటే ఒకటి మార్నింగ్ ఉంటే ఒకటి ఆఫ్టర్నూన్ లేదా ఈవినింగ్, ఆర్ ఒకటి ఆన్లైన్ ఉంటే ఆఫ్లైన్. సో లైక్ దిస్ యూ కెన్ గో. సో presently though the few students are doing it, but two programs you cannot use it simultaneously so far, even we have done it, but now officially it's recognized. So it's your choice, and a certain courses you can conclude early. There's an advantage. Then lastly, so Andhra Pradesh government's got this new map. Of course, the beginning of it, this is only the latest information I think I have, this thing is concerned. How many districts? So previously 10, so 13 new, that means 13 plus 13 now 26. అది వాటం. So these are the major current issues. So any other? అవునా? Okay. So any other doubts, clarifications? Recently, the government completes NMP deals అనే ఒక కాన్సెప్ట్. Though it's the old one, okay. This is very much talked about and the government feels proud of also. What is NMP? National Monetization Pipeline. So the government completes the NMP deal worth of 96 crores. Okay, it's all crores. This is what is stated. Okay. So when this monetization was announced, last year or before last year? Last year on monetization. What do you mean by monetization? What is this monetization? Monetization అంటే you are encashing. So you are having some property, you are encashing that. Okay. How you are going to encash that? Creating the value for it. How will you do it? By selling you can do that or some other way? Machipayar completely. Okay. So that is what I am saying, that your revision part is very crucial. So this monetization, it is government's 4-year infrastructure asset monetization plan. Total 6 lakh crores they are planning to get it. Okay. How they are going to monetize? Yeah, that question was not announced. Not selling, by leasing. Leasing public assets. Okay. Renting it just now. By leasing public assets, the government wish to make 6 lakh crores. This is the interest. And right now within 1 year, they are able to do. So nearly 1 lakh crores it is. So within 4 years, they need to achieve the target. So 4 years ante ippudu manaki 25. Okay. So 15 railway stadiums, 25 airports, 160 coal mining projects to be put up for asset monetization. Just you remember is enough. Okay, you don't require much on this issue. So roads, rails, transmission lines, even the national gas pipelines, telecoms, oil pipelines, mining, airports, stadiums, all this will come under this, the monetization part. Okay. Done. Another, though it's in the bill form, act అయిన తర్వాత I just thought of informing, but still it's the bill form, Antarctica. So what is relating to Antarctica? So this Antarctic bill, Antarctica ekkada undi? Why we have this bill? Why Indian Antarctica bill? What for? So recently it was tabled in the Lok Sabha and they started discussing and getting supposed to be approved. Is it India is a signatory for Antarctica Treaty? Yeah. Okay. India is a treaty. So the purpose of this bill is I mean, we can say the first domestic legislation regarding Antarctica, applicable to all Indian citizens as well as the foreign citizens. What is the objective? Yeah, it said created ensuring fulfillment of obligations of India under the Antarctica Treaty and Madrid Protocol. What for? To promote and protect Antarctica as a natural reserves. So finally, you have to protect and promote Antarctica as a natural reserve. What steps you are taking? What regulation measures you are taking? How your permit system? Okay. So elaborate permit systems issued by the government committees is involved here. So now Indians can tour according to certain guidelines. Previously, commercial fishing activity was not permitted. Now it's provided for commercial fishing activity as per international law. But what they prohibited is drilling, dredging, excavations, collection of mineral resources. Those things stands prohibited. But anyhow, for scientific research, they can do so. And if any some violation, naturally penalties will prevail. So India signed this Antarctica Treaty in 1983. Okay. What are the other questions that we can recollect regarding Antarctica? Visa with India. Do we have our permanent station at Antarctica? What is the name of India's permanent station in Antarctica? 1983 లో ఫస్ట్ పెట్టారు దక్షిణ గంగోత్రి. Okay, the movie కూడా ఉన్నట్టుంది దక్షిణ గంగోత్రి. So Dakshin Gangotri 1980, then Maitri 1988. Then 2012 one more station was done, Bharati. So the three stations, Dakshin Gangotri 1983, Maitri and Bharati. Maitri in 1988, Bharati 2012. So all these three advisable. Dakshin Gangotri 83, Maitri is 1988, Bharati. So the three permanent stations. Of India in Antarctica. Okay. Okay. So those things you can keep in mind for this week. So let's meet next week and with some other current affairs. Guys, thank you.